Hey good people, this is Ahmed Binawa from MinawaTube, and today we're going to talk about how Thailand managed to control the pandemic, the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic, how it managed to control, how it managed to get over the first phase with the least damages possible. So I would say that there are three factors that actually helped Thailand get over this terrible pandemic way easier than many other countries that are maybe more advanced or have better even healthcare than Thailand. But there are really factors that some countries have but they didn't use, and some countries don't have, and they might need to learn that from Thailand. The first factor that I would say that helped Thailand get over the pandemic really well and actually do a better job than many much more developed countries is the culture. The Thai culture is very distinct, very different than the Middle Eastern culture and the European culture and so on. They have different ways of doing many things. Like for example, greeting. Like in the culture here in Thailand, greeting is not a must for it to be a physical contact. Actually, the opposite. It's mostly like a distant thing. Like if you're gonna greet somebody, like you just put your hands together from a distance and just bow your head a little bit. So it's not like a must for you to have a handshake or hugs or kisses like some other cultures. So that helped a lot because people kept distance from each other, and it was something that they were used to. They weren't like, no, I can't. I can't show my happiness or how much I care about that person except by physical contact. So like it was totally easy for them to get over that. Another thing also due to the culture is the face masks. Face masks in Thailand were used from, like, since I came to this country, the first time I came to this country in 2017, people were using face masks whenever they have flu or a cold. So it's something totally normal for them to cover their face if they're sick. It's not something that they're like thinking like, oh, that's too much, that's my freedom, I can't breathe or something like that. They're used to do that. It's a way of showing that they really care about other people around them and they don't want to infect them even with a like cold or flu or something like that. So they cover their face, they have the face mask, they cover their mouth and their nose, and they keep people safe around them. And even like from teenagers, like little kids do that, and they were totally used to it. When the government here said that one of the best ways to protect yourself from this disease and to protect others is to put a face mask, it wasn't something hard for them to do. And also when you come and look at wearing the face mask for the Thai people was something that they were already used to, so they automatically adapted to it and it was something so easy. And another thing also that most businesses in Thailand actually implemented, that if you want to get into their store, if you want to get into the mall, if you want to get into any public space, you need to have a mask on. You need to put a mask on, you need to sign your number there, you need to take your temperature, and that is for the safety of everybody. And everybody was okay with it because it's not like you're asking somebody to do something that is bad for them. You're actually asking them to protect themselves and protect others. So culture-wise, that is something that kept distance between people, not a lot of physical contact, and also at the same time protected people from each other in case somebody had the disease and they didn't know about it. So that's the first point, the culture. The second factor is the government. The government in Thailand really did a great job in like keeping people up to date, letting people to know whatever is happening, whatever measures they're putting, and how many people are getting infected. Like you would get direct live updates of everything, and the people who are infected, did they come from out, which city they are, which district they are from, and how did they get the disease, or how did they get the virus, sorry. And like it was so easy like for people to get information from the government. Almost everywhere, if you get into a store, if you turn on the TV, if you turn on the mobile, it was everywhere you would find information that helps you protect yourself from the pandemic, that helps you follow some measures to keep yourself safe and keep the people around you safe. So it was like a lot of information all the time there was a lot of information. So the government did that. Also, the government got like some kind of special power, they like emergency law or a special power that they got that gave the prime minister a lot of power, which he really used in a way that is positive. I mean, like, of course, in any country we have some people who really don't care about the law and don't really think about other people. So like the government had a little bit of extra power that they could actually implement some laws so fast, they didn't have to go through the whole parliament and all that. So it was easier for people to it was easier for the government to control any kind of outlaw behavior or any kind of undisciplined behavior. So that helped a lot, and that actually showed how much the Thai people and the Thai government are in sync together to get the best result out of this measure that they put forward to control the pandemic. And also when it comes to the foreigner, also like the government did a great job when it comes to the foreigner, because the foreigners here in Thailand, of course, have a visa. So maybe they're on tourist visa, maybe they're on business visa, maybe they're on work visa. So their visa might expire. And also there's a report that you have to do every 90 days to show that you're actually still in the country and you're staying in the same place. So the government made this very easy for people. Like, it allowed people who their visa was about to expire to stay in the country until the situation gets better. It actually gave automatic extension for reporting on where you stay, the 90-day report, known as the 90-day report. So it made things very easy for the foreigner, the expats here in the country, to deal with things. And another thing also the government was very good at is taking care of public spaces, yeah, sorry for that time, taking care of public spaces. Public spaces were shut down here, like cinemas, like of course schools and boxing arenas and all those places, that clubs. Also alcohol was banned for some time. You can't buy it at any time of the day. It was banned for some time, and those kind of laws that were put forth by the government made things really move way more smooth. So like those things are actually examples of things, and of course the government did a lot more, but those are examples of things that the government did to take care of the situation here in Thailand. And that's like the second factor that I think that is very important. And finally, the third factor, which is also very important, and all countries implemented it, but the way Thailand implemented it was really special. The hygiene factor, like being sanitized at all time was the priority here in this country. Like whenever you get into even your house, like if you're living in a condo the same way as I'm living right now, you would have a sanitizer bottle in front of the elevator. So you have to use the sanitizer before getting into the elevator. They will be cleaned, the elevators will be cleaned, the stairs will be cleaned with alcohol all the time. And also when you're getting into shops or stores like 7-Eleven or even malls or anything, you would have to take your temperature, you would have to actually also use a sanitizer. There is no one excuse that, oh, I didn't buy a sanitizer, I forgot my sanitizer at home or something like that. That wasn't a problem at all, because it was available and given by businesses, it was given by where you stay, and it was totally for free. And also the government gave out also a little bit of masks for free. It gave out also some what's it called, hygiene alcoholic sanitizer, and it gave a lot of things out. So it was totally easy for somebody to be virus free or like sanitized at all time. Like, let me give you an example. Let's say like if I want to go to 7-Eleven store just opposite where I stay, when I get out of the elevator I would have to sanitize myself before getting out of the building. Then after I would continue and I would walk towards 7-Eleven, and then I'll have to sanitize myself before entering 7-Eleven. I buy whatever I want and I sanitize myself after getting out of 7-Eleven, and then finally I sanitize myself when I'm getting back into the building. So within 5 to 10 minutes I sanitized myself 4 times, sorry. So it was totally like easy for somebody to keep themselves all the time virus free or sanitized, at least to keep the danger to the minimal level possible. So these are the 3 factors that I think that Thailand put forth and helped it to get over the first phase of the pandemic, and really with a very low number of let's say infected people, very low number of deaths, and that was really something very good for us who live here in Thailand. So finally, I would like to tell you, like, if you have anything, like any comments or anything that I didn't mention, please put it down below. Of course, I try to mention the general things, so put it down below in the comments and I would reply to them. And like the video if it was useful to you, and subscribe also. Thank you very much for watching.